A very good morning to well, is hosted by Managed Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship. I'm working as a Managed Fellow. So before going to the session, I would like to give a short introduction about us. So since October 2023, web series has been for 64 consecutive weekly webinars that have inspired and empowered entrepreneurs across the country. This year marks the remarkable journey in India's agriculture. Through this session, we have reached over more than from more than 500 expert speakers who have guided, mentored, and transformed countless agricultural ventures. We have inspired startup because each the transformation of agriculture ecosystem. Manage offers holistic and center approach to the entrepreneurship development. We understand that every entrepreneurs bring not just a business concept, but a team capable of transforming communities and livelihoods. Our mission extends beyond business, and we are committed to nurturing visions that contribute to the agriculture sustainability, rural development, farmer prosperity, and global food security. And along with this, we are offering the expert guidance and specialized training in crucial areas such as agro-processing, post-harvest technologies, value addition, farm mechanization, animal husbandry, fisheries, dairy, commodity trading, supply chain management, and agri consultancy, ensuring that our entrepreneurs are equipped to tackle every challenge in their journey. In today's session, we are going to talk on clean labeling trends, natural ingredients as preservatives and flavor enhancers. So it is an honor to introduce our speaker for today's session, who will share her insights. Without delay, I would like to invite our speaker for the today's session. To invite our speaker, I would like to call our managing intern Gauri.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I am Gauri Jaguri, manage CI. It is my honor to speaker, Dr. Chopra, professor and head food at NIFTAM, Haryana. She is a distinguished admission, 20 years of teaching and research experience in the field of rapid science and technology, particularly focused nutraceuticals and their health benefit. She has over 90 national and international publications, delivered several invited talks, authored 2 edited books, has guided numerous masters and PhD scholars. Her remarkable contribution to the field have been recognized with several prestigious awards, including the Dr. S. Hussain Zaid Memorial Award by OTAI. With this brief introduction of ma'am, I would like to hand over the session to her. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Gauri, and thank you to all the managed authorities for having me here today on this platform. And I hope I'm able to do the justice and give you some information about the green labels. And I'll just try to share my screen today. Just give me a second.
Hello. Ma'am, if we are not able to share, then we also can share from our end, ma'am.
No, I think I'm able to share. I will do this. Yes. Let me know if it is visible to you. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
And PPT, this, just a second. So let me know if presentation is moving for you or not.
Yes, ma'am, it's moving. I think we can go ahead now.
Fine. So, good morning, everyone. And today I'm here to interact with you on the topic clean labeling trends, natural ingredients as preservatives and flavor enhancers. So the content, I will just take you through a few of the slides where the content of the slide is just introduction of clean labels, food preservatives and challenges. Why do we need clean labels? And what are the different types of antioxidants and flavor enhancers available, naturally available, which can play a very important role to get have the clean labels? Solutions, technological challenges, and antioxidants for oil preservation, few of the case studies. So one example I would be discussing with you, since my area of expertise are lipid science and technology. So how antioxidants can be used to improve the shelf life and the flavor and aroma of edible oils, and which can lead to have clean labels. So let me introduce you about what are clean labels. Clean labels means their transparency and simplicity. Whatever compound is being used during the processing, as we all know, when food is grown in the field and once it comes to consumer's plate, it undergoes lot of processing parameters. There are lot of processing, right from primary processing, secondary processing, and we tend to have lot of post-harvest losses. To avoid post-harvest losses, to have variety in the food, processing becomes mandatory. But we have to keep in mind, we have to do processing in such a way that we get maximum out of food, the nutritional quality of food, the functional properties of food, and the other color, aroma, flavor we want to get natural. However, due to processing, harsh conditions used in processing, we tend to lose some of the color, aromatic compound, and the shelf life. The moment you process, we lose shelf life. I'll give you one example, like your oil seeds. Oil seeds are having very good shelf life when they are stored as such. Even at room temperature, you can store oil seed for 6 months of time. The moment you process, you extract oil out of it, and you have oilseed cake or meal and the oil, and the shelf life goes drastically down. So that is how at one hand, processing gives us ease of having variety of products, ease of handling, reduces the volume and the bulk of the product. Wherever it also, we have to compromise with nutritional properties and the shelf life. So these two challenges, which are very you can say the widespread challenges in the food processing industry, for that purpose we use additives, different types of additives, food additives. Those additives are either used for improving shelf life, improving palatability and appearance, color, aroma, flavor. Overall acceptability of food is improved, and the most importantly, shelf life. So that's how we all know food additives have become integral part of all of our life, because we all are consuming processed food, whether you are taking paneer or that paneer from market, outside market, that is also a example of processed product. Your all of us are consuming sauces, chutneys, and whatever, and some of the pickles which are available in the market having good shelf life. There also we use some of the additives and preservatives. So natural, what are these clean labels means natural, minimally processed. Whenever it comes to clean label, your most of the time your ingredients used in your preparation should be natural, minimally processed, so that you have not lost the nutritional quality of the product. So it gives confidence to the consumer that if it is, for example, if you are buying some product where it is written clean label, so you can have some confidence, and you can have the you can take it without having any apprehension. Then recognizable components, very easy to recognize the food components which are present in the food, packaged food, emphasizes health, authenticity and trust. So the clean labels means the product is going to be healthy. It's not having any side effect when consumed, because additives, preservatives, which are usually synthetic, and there is always a permissible limit given for additives and preservatives. So permissible limit means if they are used beyond that limit, they are going to create hazards to health. So that is a major concern for the processed food, and there the need lies for clean labels. And there's a huge demand nowadays. It's going to rise in demand for clean label because of consumer awareness. So there are this figure will give you the understanding about what happens, what is the processing, and why we need clean labels, and where the preservatives are, how they are being used. So stakeholders who are involved in this processing are researchers, technologists, food processing, preservation industry, management, traders, and consumers. All these are the stakeholders who are involved in this clean label business. And the the classification of food is based on, see how we use clean labels. If you foods are usually classified based on the shelf life. They're based on shelf life means perishable, non-perishable, semi-perishable. Like your fruits and vegetables are having a shelf life of fewer days. Grains, oil seeds, they're having shelf life for months or sometimes years. And your dairy products, meat, fish, poultry, they are highly perishable, which are having few hours of shelf life. So this is how the based on shelf life categories of foods are done, classified based on functions and nutrients. Now, like your some of the foods are known as protective foods. Your fruits and vegetable, herbs, anything which comes from the plant sources, herbs and herbal plants, fruits and vegetables, they all comes under protective food categories because they are the very good source of vitamins, minerals, bioactive compounds like your polyphenols, and many more bioactive compounds which are available depending on the type of food you're consuming. And the next classification of food is based on extent, purpose of processing. Like your UPF, you must have heard about ultra processed food, minimally processed food, natural food. So the way you are processing food is categorized accordingly. So food spoilage, there are different types of spoilage. Why we need to process. Without processing, we cannot survive because of urbanization. Earlier days, there was not much demand for processed food because there was not much population in the cities, and there was less of availability and less of variety was available of variety of food. Nowadays, we are with the trend going, lot of urbanization, there's a huge variety of food available, and this also gives us a edge that when food is processed, we get lot of variety. For example, your wheat flour. One wheat flour from a wheat can give you huge number of products in the market. You can say market is flooded with the wheat based products, right from confectionaries, bakery, and any, you name any product, wheat flour is being used in that. So the spoilage, when you process, the moment I am telling you, whether you do primary processing, secondary processing, spoilage will occur. So spoilage is usually physical, microbial, and chemical. I'll not go deep into detail, but yes, physical, we all understand that it is just a damage when you're transporting product one place to another product place, and there's a physical damage which occurs to the food, and which further leads, enhances or speed up the microbial and chemical reactions, microbial spoilage and biochemical reactions. Then your food preservatives and processing methods, based on that also it is classified like physical processing, biological processing, and chemical processing. And accordingly, these processing methods are done, and accordingly additives are being used. So food preservation and challenges. Why we need to preserve food, and what are the challenges of food preservation? So spoilage prevents spoilage and extend shelf life by controlling the microbes and oxidation. and it also maintains flavor, texture, and nutritional quality. It includes methods like drying, freezing, pasteurization, and fermentation. For oil specifically, preservation prevents rancidity and oxidation. And current trends is use of natural and clean label preservation techniques. So these are the few methods, challenges in the preservation where we need to understand accordingly. So why clean label matter? Clean label means why we are heading towards clean label. But there are huge over a continuous consumption of processed food which contains synthetic additives and preservatives that leads to side effects of synthetic food preservatives. And those side effects could be from immediate allergic reactions. Sometimes you must have observed that when you consume some food, we face some immediate allergic reactions, asthma and respiratory issue over a period of time. So the moment you go to anybody who's having health issues, they go to doctor says, please do not consume packaged food. What is the reason for that? Reason is only the synthetic additives and preservatives used in that. Hyperactivity, hypersensitivity and sensitization, gastrointestinal diseases, disruption of gut microbiota, and, and the long-term carcinogenic concerns. So these are the rising health concerns and sustainability awareness. Now consumers are much aware than the processors and the product producers. So they are looking forward, they are driving the market for clean labels because consumers are more, they are ready to pay little high, but for safe and nutritious food. Avoidance of artificial preservatives, flavors, and e-numbers, brand differentiation through natural and transparent formulations. That means the clean label means there will be a brand, established brand where one can say, yes, clean labels it is. So consumer perception and market trend for clean labels. Of course, market is growing for clean label and it is expected to grow by 2023, 8.9% CAGR. So you can see the growth in the market and the graph, first graph, if you see clean label ingredients market, because the processor requires ingredients. So if you are going to replace synthetic preservatives and additives, what is the alternate? So alternate is the natural ingredients, and you can see this data is statistical report, which I have got it from authentic source, which says that from how 2001 to 2033, there's a steep increase in the requirement of clean label ingredients in the market. And ingredient market is grown. Total market size presently is US dollar 137.31 billion. So there's a huge potential for this market, and there's a huge, you can say, when I believe, whenever it's a belief that when there is a huge challenge, there's a great opportunity lies in a big challenge. So the synthetic additives and preservatives are a challenge for our health and the therapeutic industry. Same way, we can look forward to some ingredients, natural ingredients, which can serve the purpose. And there's a need to standardize. This lot of scientific work is being done, but there is a need to scale up this scientific work, these technologies, which can reach to industry and industry can take benefit out of that. So I think that is very important now. And there's a huge work is being done at NIFTM. We are working on these areas only beyond research. After research, how research can benefit the consumers, benefit industry, especially food industry. So this is a small graphical representation which shows that how preservatives plays important role in the food system. So you can see fresh food after few hours it becomes stale. There is a lot of microorganisms which grow on that. Biochemical reactions occurs, microbiological metabolites are produced, and which becomes very dangerous and which makes your food unsafe for consumption. So what is the solution? Solution is, when you, there is a solution nowadays, like usually in the processing industry, maybe around 80 to 90% chemical preservatives within the permissible limit, having GRAS status, generally recognized as safe, are being used for improving the shelf life. Whereas there is a solution of having natural preservatives which can be derived from plant sources, animal sources, and some microbes, good microbes. And we know that microbes, we are using fermentation as a one of the processing technique or preservation technique since ages. So that is nowadays coming up, and which can lead to which can address the problem of clean labels, the making your food for healthy and nutritious. So what are food additives? What types of food additives are being used? The first important additives are colorant, because when you are processing food, if you are having mango pulp, your mango pulp should your, because we perceive colors and flavors, our mind perceives. If the mango pulp is some color is brown color, will not assume that as a mango puree or mango pulp. In our mind, mango pulp is yellow in color. So some of the colorant plays very important role, and that's how the labels drives the consumers. So the nowadays label have become very important for attracting consumers and having the strategy that when you are having smart labels, good labels, and when consumer is able to connect with the food present within the label, within the packaging material. So packaging material and on which label is being done. So there's much focus on the labels and packaging materials is being done, because that also plays very important role, how your product is placed in the market. So if you do not have your product is whatever is the quality of product, if you do not have attractive packaging, good label, it's very difficult to place it in the market, position it in the market. Texturizing agents are being used. So texturizing, like coffee is one of the example. Anti-caking agents are used, and some of the forming agent, anti-forming in juices industry, because when juice is being extracted, there's a lot of foam coming out of it. So when anti-forming agents are, you don't want your juice to be foamy, your coffee to be crystallized, or it's like caking of the coffee. Emulsifiers are being used. Emulsifier like mayonnaise, where you have oil, water, and other ingredients are being used. So you do not want your mayonnaise having oil going apart from other ingredients. Bulking agents, gelling, glazing. So these are some texturizing agents. Carriers are being used, which carry bioactive compounds and to delivery for the effective delivery in the human system. Acids and acidity regulators, because pH plays very important role in the preservation and of the products. Humectants of the being used in the packaging cases, which can absorb the moisture, contrast, and flavoring agents. So these are the few examples of different types of food additives being used in the industry. Now, there to natural. As a scientist, I can see that there's nowadays our research is more focused on processing food without preservatives, without chemicals. You look, I can see in my institute or in my department, everybody is focusing how to improve the shelf life of product using non-thermal technologies, using novel processing techniques, where you don't have to there is no intervention of synthetic additives and colorants, and preservatives are being used. So preservatives are usually class 1 and class 2. I'm sure you all of you are aware of it. Class 1s are, they include naturally occurring preservatives in that, and class 2 are chemicals which are being used within the permissible limit to improve the shelf life. Natural antioxidants and flavor enhancers. beyond additives and shelf life, there's a huge market for flavor enhancers. So that means your flavor of the that like, for example, you need the candy mango kacha aam candy. Everyone must have tasted that kacha aam candy. So what is that kacha aam candy? The moment you put it in mouth, it gives you the flavor of exactly like raw mango. So what is that? That is a flavor which is being used, and enhancers are used, and sometimes flavor maskers are also being used. When there is a bitter flavor of some compound which is good for health, you need to mask that flavor. So you use the other flavor which can, I'll show you one mechanism how flavor enhancers and flavor maskers work. So some of the antioxidants are like fermentation derived compounds, organic acids, bacteriocins, inhibits microbial growth by reducing pH. So during fermentation, when bacteriocins are developed, they inhibit the microbial growth. Antioxidant-based preservatives are natural extracts. Natural flavor enhancers are yeast extract, hydrolyzed vegetable proteins, and fermented ingredients provide umami flavor. And this is what is one of the most, you can say, the important flavor which is banned by FSSAI, that is MSG, sodium monosodium glutamate, which imparts umami flavor, and it gives an excellent quality to the product, especially this your noodles and other products. Then spices and herbs are being used as natural antioxidants. So this, I think we discussed preservative. This is in detail, plant-based preservatives, animal-based preservatives, which are being used, some natural antioxidants and natural anti-browning agents, which are presently, which can be used basically on the food process by the food processing industry. Ascorbic acid, tocopherol, these are the vitamins which are naturally present in the food and can be used. Beta carotens and lutein, xanthines, phenolic compounds. So there are multiple types of this. PPT just wanted to show you that how this then phenolic compound. This is one example which is talking about phenolic compound of which are present. You can be used as a preservative. So this extraction, the scientific method, there's, if you look at this figure, there's a lot of studies available in the research, in the literature, which says lot of natural antioxidants, natural preservatives which are extracted from plant material and can be has shown a potential in improving shelf life, antimicrobial activity, antioxidant activity. So if your compound has antimicrobial activity, antioxidant activity, that means it can be used as a good preservative in some of the product. The only important thing is we have to find out the synergy between bioactive compounds and the type of food it can work on. So there are certain bioactives may not work on oil, they might work on juices. Certain bioactive can go very well in meat and fish and poultry products. So the synergy of bioactives with the particular type of food to be known is very important. And then only accordingly the scale up can be done, and these preservatives, natural preservative, can replace synthetic preservative in the industry. So the sources are plant-based, functional properties, and finally it imparts health benefits, and then sustainable. The most important is these approaches are sustainable approaches, and that's how the market is growing for these. Nowadays, we are looking forward to the methods which are sustainable, plant-based, have less of greenhouse emissions, and reducing the carbon footprint. So having environment friendly. So these are the, so what is the replacing these by BHT and BHA are the butylated hydroxytoluene and anisole. They are the synthetic antioxidants used in vegetable oils. You read any label of vegetable oil, you must have read that BHT or BHT is being used as preservative. So there's a lot of research is being conducted where rosemary, green tea extract, vitamin E extract has been proven very effective against. And in fact, sometimes these bioactives are better than BHT, have shown better results than BHT. So there's a huge potential of these bioactive compounds. Benzoate and sorbates are replaced by fermentation-based preservatives, and natural alternatives ensure cleaner ingredients labels. So what is the mechanism of antioxidants? How these antioxidants help in food preservation and shelf life, improving the shelf life. So this one example, this figure is clearly showing, you can see in yellow color at the center, antioxidants are there. There are 2-3 mechanisms of antioxidants where we have listed down here 5 mechanisms. The first mechanism is direct quenching of reactive oxygen species by radical quenching mechanism, which is the most simpler mechanism, that your molecule is stabilized by quenching the free radicals. So reactive oxygen species are quenched, and free radicals which are formed during the you can say during the shell processing, they are quenched by antioxidant compounds. Then donation of H species peroxide. So these are the second molecules. You can see that unstable free radicals are again stabilized by donating the protons. Inhibition of oxidative enzymes is the third. These oxidative enzymes like xanthine oxidase, protein kinase, and other many polyphenol oxidase, there are many multiple types of enzymes which are basically what happens. These enzymatic activity becomes while processing, enzymes gets activated. I'll give you a very simple example. When apple is intact, whole apple is all, it can stay very long, very good. There's no browning of whole apple. The moment you cut apple and keep it in any condition, open air, if you keep it in 1 or 2 hours at particular temperature, it becomes brown in color. So what happens when during processing, when food is processed, it comes in contact with various the oxygen, water, availability oxygen, water, and light. It actually enhances the enzymatic activity. So these oxidative enzymes activity is inhibited. Then chelation of transition metals that convert oxygen and hydroperoxide and into these free radicals. So that is also, there are certain compounds like copper, iron. So these metals are being quenched or they are being chelated and improve the shelf life, to improve the shelf life. Repair of damaged cells and components. So some of the cells which are already damaged, the repair is also being done by these antioxidants. The solution is antioxidant preservatives, free radicals quenching, metal chelation. So this is the same thing we discussed. There are certain natural antimicrobials. We were talking about antioxidants of natural. Now there are antimicrobials which are present, which are available from algae and mushroom, microbes, plants, and these are the from animals, usually like your lactoferrin, and there are, you can see the milk, animal milk is a very good source of antimicrobials, antioxidants, especially the initial milk. So the days of milk, the immediate whatever it comes, so it is very good source of lactoferrin, lysozymes, lactoperoxide, peptides. So milk is a good source. Egg has lysozyme, which is antimicrobial. Fish and seafood, some of the peptides, and insects peptides. Nowadays, there's a lot of focus on insect proteins. So because insect peptides, bioactive peptides plays very important role as antimicrobial properties. Fruits and vegetable, as initially I explained you, that lot of essential oils, phenolic compounds, and some of the legumes. Microbials are niacin, and this netamycin. These are the some microbes, and similarly algae also are good source of. So this is again the one of the example of fermentation, how fermentation leads to the clean. Fermentation can lead to clean label. So what happens during fermentation? There's a alcoholic fermentation where it is alcoholic forms, like examples are kombucha, soya sauce, bread, kefir. You don't need to use any preservatives. Because of this fermentation, some of the ferment compounds which are responsible to improve the shelf life, like your lactic acid fermentation, vegetable sauerkraut, kimchi, dough bread, yogurts, without adding any preservation, the product can stay for very long time. The reason is being only fermentation and the compounds which are produced during fermentation. Vinegar, condiments, fermented vegetables, fermented grain. And then propionic acid is one of the example which is responsible for Swiss cheese analog, baked product. So these are the few acids which are produced during fermentation and are responsible for improving shelf life and can lead to clean labels, like lactic acid, acetic acid, alcoholic, butyric, and propionic acid. So this is one of the example of fermentation which can lead to clean labels. Flavor enhancers is another very important example of you can say the clean where we need to, if we are looking forward to clean labels, we have to look forward to some of the flavor enhancers. As I spoke earlier also, monosodium glutamate is one such example. Mushrooms, when they are good source of some galactosidate, cellulase, esterase, and these are the few byproducts also. So when what happens, biological production of these compounds, and when these compounds are processed, proteins, peptides, amino acid, organic acids, these are known as these acids are they are responsible for aromatic compounds are also produced, and they enhance the flavor, and bioactive peptides which are responsible for this umami flavor, and it gives good aroma, texture, and flavor in the product. So how best natural sources of umami? We were discussing about umami. So aged, fermented, dried food product contain high so these are the glutamates, and when product is fermented for aged for some times, these glutamates are formed. And examples are aged cheese, fish sauces, fermented seafood, dry aged beef, and how umamis are formed. So these glutamates are the amino acids that contribute to umami flavor, are found in protein rich food, and then these nucleotides interact with glutamate to enhance savory taste, and glutamates and nucleotide bind to receptors of the tongue, which gives signal to the brain and generate a satisfying response, which is like umami flavor, and satisfying response due to umami flavor. So fermentation, fruits and vegetables, I think I discussed with you. I just want to highlight here that these bioactive peptides, apart from improving shelf life and having a desirable flavor, they are responsible for various health benefits. One can also claim the health benefits, and if they are because these compounds are well established for exhibiting health benefits, like your inhibition, BP lowering, anti-hypertensive, anti-diabetic. So there are multiple health immunomodulatory functions, anti-proliferative, anti-cancers. So all these compounds have been proven health benefits. So that can further improve the label of the producer who have used these natural compounds in place of synthetic compounds. So technological challenges and implementation challenges there are few hurdles. First is standardization and of active compounds in natural extract. So one need to standardize these active compounds and present in the natural compound so that the process is scaled up and which can be used and ingredient. That's how there is much need for ingredient industry to come up with such solutions and to tie up with the academia research organizations where they can work together for a challenge, come up with a solution which is useful for in improving the shelf life, having the preservative effect or enhancing the shelf life of the product, and finally, which can be claimed as a clean label. Potential for negative sensory impact, flavor, color, and all. So sometimes it might also lead to the negative impact, which needs to be also assessed for depending on the type of product. It cannot be a universal ingredient which can be used for all the product across. So there's huge R&D required, standardization required, how these compounds can be standardized for particular products, ensuring solubility and homogeneous distribution within the matrix. It could be oil, it could be fruits and vegetables, it could be processed food, any other processed food. Achieving shelf life, performance comparable to synthetic alternatives, yes. So the whenever we are working on these alternatives, we need to achieve comparable results or sometime better. But believe me, I'm working in this area on lipid science and technology and herbs, use of herbs in improving the shelf life of lipid science and technology. And some of the experiments are some of the results are very promising. And we have found that rosemary extract sometimes is better than BHT without having any negative impact on color, flavor, and aroma of the oil. So navigating complex and varied regulatory constraints, yes, when we are using these natural ingredients, there's a lot of work to be done, or maybe this needs to be adopted by the regulatory or policy makers also. So that there is, I think, the need to work everyone together, like policy makers, FSCCI, industry, and the research organizations together, and advocacy need to be done accordingly. Key plant-derived antioxidants, which we have studied in our lab extensively: rosemary extract, green tea extract, and some of the tocopherols like vitamin E, which is naturally present. But the vitamin E, which is used from any other source, also becomes a very good, which exhibits a very good antioxidant properties and improves the shelf life. So these are few studies where this which have shown. So this studies, just I wanted to show you this huge work is being conducted. Probably there's a need to scale up. So clean label additives to inhibit mold and extend shelf life, preservatives, where they have studied how this bread can be preserved without using any synthetic antioxidants, or this leaf extract was used for meat, preservation of meat. Then this is one of our paper, which is rosemary bioactives as an antioxidant approach, where we have used this rosemary bioactive as 1000 ppm level in oil, edible oil, which is polyunsaturated fatty acid rich, which has very poor shelf life. But when added, these bioactive compounds shown a very good results which were at par with synthetic antioxidants. And like your moringa oil is also one of the is one study which has shown that how moringa, then herbal extract, how they improve the stability of corn oil and other products which are being used. So finally the take home message from my presentation, which I feel is clean labeling is transforming food formulation, balancing functionality, safety, and flavor is the key. Natural antioxidants offer a safer and sustainable approach to food preservation, and they effectively delay oxidation, maintaining products quality and nutritional value, which has been proven through various studies which are reported in the literature. Use of plant extract and bioactive compounds support clean label formulation. Combining natural preservative with modern technology ensures longer shelf life and the consumer's health. Thank you so much. I'm available for any question answers. If you have any doubts, I can see lot of questions are being asked in the chat box. And I request Miss Gauri to share my email ID or mobile number with all the participants so that they can contact us later on, because we are working on at NIFTM, we are working on various challenges and problems of the industry, startups, SME, and we are giving them all solutions. Sometimes we are doing collaborative research, sometimes we are doing consultancy. So together, even we are having patents with the together when we are jointly working research, we are doing, we're having patents together with industry. So there's a huge opportunity, and NIFTM is working in a big way for addressing the challenges of industry. And nowadays the need is for clean label and the healthy products in the market. Every consumer is looking forward to healthy products. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such an insightful session on clean labeling trends. Your presentation highlighted the importance of natural and minimal processed ingredients, their safety with no side effects, and what are the commercial aspects of the food preservation and processing. And we truly appreciate your insights on the challenges in adopting clean labeling and why it matters for the consumers and the industry and the emerging market trends in shaping this space. So your discussion on the role of natural preservative was especially valuable, offering us a deeper understanding on how innovation and consumer awareness are driving the future of food technology. Thank you once again, ma'am, for sharing your expertise and enriching today's session. And participants, if you have any question regarding this session, you can keep in chat box, and also you can raise your hands. So the questions will be taken up now.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Some of the hands are raised. Maybe you have to unmute them.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm gonna unmute Sal. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Hello, can you-
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you for the wonderful speech, wonderful presentation. I have two questions. One is regarding the increasing the shelf life of dosa batter, and another is I make oyster mushrooms, grow oyster mushrooms. So they can be used as umami for flavor, and how to increase the shelf life also.
First question I would like to answer that this dosa batter, see, shelf life of dosa batter. So wherever the moisture content is quite high in the dosa batter. So I think in the last slide I said that modern technologies, especially the packaging, type of packaging could play a very good role there to improve the shelf life of dosa batter. Instead of playing with bioactive compounds, playing with fermentation, once fermentation is completed, the packaging and the retort packaging can play a very important role that can help to improve the shelf life of dosa batter beyond certain days. Because nowadays you can see the retort packaging is also having, so that could be a clean label because you are not using any additives, any preservatives, but you're just packaging it in a manner that there is no availability of oxygen, moisture to react on the compounds. So you are inhibiting you are just trying to make a hurdles for biochemical reactions to happen. Spoilage means your bioactive biomolecules, when they get appropriate time, temperature, and moisture content, they become active and they lead to spoilage. Second is mushroom processing. Yes, mushrooms are very good source of these some of the proteins which are having bioactive peptides. There's lot of literature available on mushroom processing, especially for extracting the bioactive peptides from mushroom. And we have the department here, Agricultural and Environmental Sciences. If you really need to connect, we do the processing, we do the drying, dehydration of mushroom, and then dehydration of mushroom where we maintain the quality and which can be used for further preparations. And if you really want to improve the shelf life, the packaging is the solution again for improve. If you do not want to process mushroom and you just want to package it, that can help uh, for help in the improving shelf life. Further, if you want more information, I can connect with you a scientist who is working on this area in our in IFTM, in the Department of AES. We can connect.
So, ma'am, please will share the contact availability.
Sure, sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. So also, so Saiteja is asking, very good morning, ma'am. So even though we have a better alternative, why even industry using following same old traditional methods? Why they are not coming to experimental tastes?
Yeah, exactly.
You got the
Wonderful
question, or shall
question.
I read it? Yeah.
No, I got the question. Why? Why people? I told you the challenge. It's very easy. Traditional, whatever is being used, it's not that easy to shift from synthetic to natural, because it really requires the some driving force. Because India is a population where there's a huge need for processed food, and you cannot, when you're shifting to synthetic, is very easy, streamlined process. It is being done for years together. You know, the hydrogenated fat, which was used for ages in our country, FSSAI came up with, because suddenly you cannot ask industry to shut down their process and come up with new alternates. So there has to be a transition. We have to give a time to industry, where industry can take up the support from academia, researchers, and the policymakers. Researchers and industry need to work for the solution, doable solutions. Many times there are researchers sometimes which are not scalable also. So we have to look forward to scalable process. See, it is not easy to adopt immediately. So the solution, some of the institutes like your CFTRI, NIFTM, we are working on that. So institutes, industry can together sit together and give their problems, and maybe we have the already available solutions also. So there is a proactive approach needed. It's very easy, whatever you are doing. If you are writing always left with right hand, suddenly tomorrow somebody says if you write with left hand, your health will improve. But suddenly you cannot. You need to do practices. You need to have that proactive approach. You need to really do that, and then slowly you will start doing it. So that is the reason. But yes, it can be done together. One can make efforts and it is achievable. Researchers have shown that these are the achievable. There are alternates available, but we need to work on those alternate to fine tune them, so that they can work in place of synthetic antioxidants. Synthetic is very used. We are used to of it actually.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'm going to unmute Samya Prash Farms.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Samya Prashi.
Hello, Samya. Hello. He's not audible. Okay, Samya Prash. I'll going to unmute him. I'll mute. Wajid, are you there?
Yeah. I'm audible?
Yes,
Yes,
you're audible.
Wajid ji, you are audible. Yeah, please tell
Thank you.
me.
Thank you. It's a very good session, madam. I really
Thank you so
appreciate.
much.
So my question is that nowadays in all food consumer ready to eat products are coming. So we
Yeah.
are also into the segment of ready to cook products. But nowadays the taste enhancers are being added in the food. So what is the natural replacement for those taste enhancers? And if you see in the chocolates they are adding the colors, or also they are adding, just if you see the brown color in some chocolates, they are adding brown color and taste enhancers. So how to what are the replacement? What are the solutions for these taste enhancers?
Taste enhancers are these bioactive. See, basically, what happens are herbs and spices. Many compounds are there. When they are used in appropriate amount, they impart a very good taste. You must have seen in the preparations also when these spices and herbs are used beyond certain limit or little. So there is a need to standardize some of the taste enhancers, like mushrooms are being used, that glutamates are extracted from mushroom. They are used taste enhancers in products. Then there are the certain fermentations. Fermentation also leads to taste enhancers. So we need to maybe fine tune or standardize these method where they can use. As such, I don't have readily available answer for this, but definitely when we look for the literature, kind of taste and kind of food products you are looking forward to enhance the taste. So there are no versatile taste enhancers which can used in any kind of product. So you have to see what product you are looking forward to enhance the taste. Accordingly, we can look forward to herbs and spices which can work in place of taste enhancers.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else for the questions?
Ma'am, I read the questions. You got this one.
Ahilya, you are not audible, I think. Yeah. No,
Hello,
your
ma'am.
voice is breaking. Your voice is a bit breaking. Probably, I don't know whether it's your connection or my connection. But am I audible clearly?
Yes, madam, you are audible. Ragalia, sometime your audio is breaking. Yeah.
Yeah, voice is breaking.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You are audible
No, it's
clearly.
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
think some
Ahilya.
network connection problem. Okay, okay. Okay, unmute one more. Yes. Vishwatej, are you there?
Yeah.
Vishwatej? Yes,
Yeah,
you are audible.
Vishwatej is there. Yeah.
Hello,
Vishwatej,
am I?
yes. Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you for the good session, ma'am. Actually, my question is that I'm currently working on the colostrum collection and preservation, and so
Cholesterol.
are we
Okay.
preservating by making it powder? Yeah. So
Acha.
my question is that while collecting and bringing it to the plant, do we need to add any preservatives to avoid any volatility or spoilage for the colostrum before
Colostrum
processing while
probably
bringing
can
it
be
to the plant?
pasteurized. Yeah. We can you can do the pasteurization to improve the when you're transporting it from one place to one another place, and pasteurization, and then the second thing is maybe sterilization and the proper packaging, because there is colostrum itself has high antimicrobial activity, high antioxidant activity. But while transportation, I'm sure you are ensuring the transportation the in a sterile environment. That's more important. You do not
Yeah,
need to add any
yeah.
preservative, but yes, you need to have sterile environment where your colostrum doesn't come across the any microbes or any other environmental conditions which are very important there. Rest, colostrum has good shelf life, but if you want to improve shelf life beyond certain beyond some period, maybe few days, then there are technologies are available where nowadays people are spray drying, also processing it, and it's available. So
Yeah, yeah.
moisture control,
We are trying it actually.
you are freeze drying it. Yes, so we have also done some
Yeah.
research in my lab. One of my colleague who is working on camel milk colostrum and other goat milk colostrum, and they're processing it.
It will be glad if you connect with them as well.
I will connect you. Yes,
Yeah.
Dr. Ankur
Thank you,
Oja.
Vishwatej.
Yeah, I'll connect you with him. You please get in touch with me.
Thank
I'll surely share your number with you his contact details.
Yeah, thank you,
you, ma'am.
Vishwatej. Ma'am, am I audible now?
You are audible. Yes, Ahilya.
Yeah, I think I'll take some more questions. Chaitanya is asking, where can we buy these natural preservatives in India? Is there a common facility center that can be used by our MSME to manufacture it?
Preservatives, I don't know. This could be an ingredient industry. I really don't know, have contact. But yes, I can look forward for you. Maybe get in touch with me. We'll see if some natural ingredient industry is there in this area who is providing natural ingredients which can be used as preservatives.
Thank you, ma'am. I think I can take one more question. So how do you think clean labeling practices contribute to the consumer trust and sustainability? And how can institutions like NIFTM support wider adoption?
Yeah, I think in my throughout my presentation, I have been justifying that how these natural flavors and colors or flavor enhancers, additives, preservatives can lead to clean label, because first thing is they do not have any side effect, immediate side effect, or even over a long period of time when you consume, you will not have that. Synthetic is always, it shows quick response and you will have dangerous side effect. So clean labels, surely when you are, because our body is used to of it, but yes, in the concentrated form when you are taking, you have to keep in mind the amount you are consuming, quantity you are consuming. But definitely these clean natural biomolecules, especially when they are procured or extracted from plant based, and they're always, there's a toxicity when they, so they need to be tested for toxicity study, cytotoxicity of those compounds. So surely, see, we cannot blindly adopt these natural antioxidants, natural bioactives. Whenever we are, there's a lot of literature also available. Whenever you are studying these natural bioactives, you are looking forward to its cytotoxicity dose, what amount of dose is going to impact. But uh, definitely it is better than the synthetic one. And there's over a very high dose, if you take excessively high, then only it shows, exhibits the toxicity. Otherwise, they are the safer for human consumption. And that's how clean label means when it is safe for human consumption and having the preservatory effects, flavor enhancing effect, and the other at par, other properties at par with synthetic antioxidants.
Thank you, ma'am. And we are also going beyond the time. I'll just take one last question from the participant, Dr. Narendra Kumar. Dr. Narendra Kumar, are you there? Okay, no problem. I think he's not there. No problem. Stutila,
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. So, ma'am, basically we are incubated at Manage CIA, and
Okay.
we are developing some sort of herbal beverages. And
Wow.
there are certain confusing guidelines regarding the FSSAI norms. So recently they have started with Ayush food. So
Mhm.
Ayush food is a conflicting thing.
Okay.
There is some false claim from the business side that people are putting the government of India logo and are you certified and all. You can see on LinkedIn someone has floated the idea that these are all hypothetical things. So these are not floated by the government. So Ayush food, coming back to FSSAI Ayush food,
Mhm.
how to validate this? What is the validation criteria for these sort of beverages? So
So
I have already
validation,
done the
okay. Testing you have done. You have got the testing done.
yes, ma'am. From Regional Food Analytics Center here in Lucknow, we have Government of UP. We have a Regional Food Analysis and Research Center. We have got our products tested from there, and in collaboration with Kumaon University, we have all people putting question marks on
Mm.
the validity of the product. How to overcome this validity?
No, validation means you can see, you can get it done through third party validation. See, whenever we also develop our products or kits, we get it validated before you claim anything. Maybe at NABL labs validation, you can get it done. You can get it product you're tested once it is developed. Whatever you wish to claim, get it validated from NABL accredited lab. If you want to get in touch, we are doing it. Yeah. Please tell me, Stuti.
Ma'am, actually, we have already this government lab is already accredited,
Referral lab. You have got it from referral lab.
and
Okay.
whatever they say is no, ma'am. It's a government lab has been NABL, and it also has export certifications. We
Okay. So now the validation is required. So maybe validation studies you can conduct through in collaboration with some research institute. And if you wish to get more information on this, if you're having issues with getting the FSCI license and the validation, I can even connect you with a person in doctor in my scientist in my team who is from FSCI, has a very good experience, and she can be a help. She can be a great help to you. So Stuti, please, you have my number. You get in touch with me. I'll also help you out in this validation studies. Who can and how this can be addressed? What are the important things to be done for this validation?
Yeah, thank you, Stuti. We will share the ma'am's contact details also. I hope this can be useful for you. So yeah, we have to conclude the session. So we are going beyond the time. So thank you, participants, for all your questions. Due to time constraint, we are unable to address every question during the session. I'm so sorry. I'm not able to take all the questions. Still, I can see few more questions, and many participants want to talk with the speaker. But don't worry, you can still reach out to the speaker directly. Their contact details are shared in the chat box. And if you miss any part of the today's webinar also, and if you want to rewatch it again, the YouTube link for the full session is also given in the chat box. You can watch it. To stay updated on upcoming events and programs and exciting opportunities from Manage, be sure to follow us on our social media handles. Along with this, I have few things to update, and Manage CA Cohort 14 applications are open. So interested entrepreneurs, startups, you can apply for it and get a funding up to 25 lakhs. The registration link is also shared in the chat box. Along with this, as we have launched a Managed Fish Hub Incubation Center, we have opened application for the Managed Aqua Eureka, which is a national level Aqua Innovation Business Challenge, opened especially for the supporting budding entrepreneurs to present their innovative idea. Along with this, also Managed Fish Hub Incubation programs also open. So interested participant, you can apply for it and get a funding. Along with this, Manage Fish Hub is also organizing the 22 days mentoring program, which is a pre-incubation program for aspiring aquapreneurs and startups and professionals in the idea generations to validate their idea and navigating the fishery startup ecosystems. So these are the updates, and you can apply for it. All the registration links are shared in the chat box. And before concluding the session, I would like to thank Rajni ma'am for sharing your valuable insights today. It's really our pleasure to have you here, ma'am. And also, I would like to thank Dr. Sarunandra sir for organizing this webinar. And also, I would like to thank entire Manasia team for your efforts in organizing the today's webinar. Finally, don't forget to give the feedback of this webinar. The feedback link is also shared in the chat box. And do register for the upcoming webinar. See you next week with another topic. Until then, bye. Thank you, Rajni ma'am.
Madam.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me here. It was great opportunity to interact with all the candidates. Please share my details so that they can further be benefited. And we can, if it will be great if we could answer their some queries. Thank you so much.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, today joining with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all participants.